New interim Demand Lucha Premier Champion. I told you, Jack Cartwheel. Jake. John Jingle Armor Schmidt. Doesn't matter what your name is. The fact of the matter is the new champion's name is the 2010 and 2011 Mr. Puss in Boots Lucha LINCE Dorado. And there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm gonna be here for a very, very long time.
The following contest will be contested under traditional Lucha Libre rules. It is to determine the undisputed, unified, Demand Lucha Premier Champion.
Self-proclaimed. That's the important part in that sentence. He didn't win a match. It wasn't even controversial. He just straight up took the title and said he was the champ. And I don't know how, but somehow he's hoodwinked everybody into believing it.
Well, he's managed to do so, but he's managed to get himself a main event match here for the Premier Championship of Demand Lucha. Now he's walking around with the belt, but the belt does not make a champion. Whoever wins this match will be the undisputed champion of Demand Lucha.
But you know what? He is pretty smooth. He's got the smoking jacket. He'll purr in your ear. I'm sure he can be pretty convincing. He'll discombobulate you with all of his sweet nothings. But I do not fall for it. I know that he is not the Premier Champion. I don't care what he says. And Jack Cartwheel is gonna come out here tonight and reclaim that belt. Calling it a unification, it's an insult to even say that.
Well, while Hutch manages to calm down a little bit before the arrival of our champion, Lince Dorado, of course, a veteran of the squared circle. He has been doing this for a very, very long time, whether it be in a WWE ring, whether it be in a ring like Chikara or Demand Lucha. He has held gold all over the world, and now officially he would like to once again call himself the Demand Lucha Premier Champion. And what better way to end 2024 than with that shiny new belt? But he'll need to beat our current champion in order to make it happen.
And his opponent, he is the current reigning and defending Demand Lucha Premier Champion,
You said it was a shiny new belt. Well, Jack Cartwheel's got his own belt, Tempest. I couldn't stand the idea of him coming out here without the title around his waist. We got him his own strap, and it is going to officially be a unification match here tonight.
Well, you would hate to bear the thought of Jack Cartwheel coming out here without that championship, and that is exactly how he has walked the aisle over the course of the last year. It has been 1 year since he captured the Premier Championship in a ladder match. Last December, and he has held that title with pride. He has brought his career to new heights in that time, being recognized by the big boys of professional wrestling. Has many eyes on him, but that only means that champion becomes that much more insurmountable. Will this finally be the time that Jack Perry sees that pressure mount and become a little bit too much?
Well, the pressure's mounting for you. You just called him Jack Perry.
Pardon me, Jack Cartwheel.
It's all right. I think he's Jack Summit now. Are we even allowed to call him Cartwheel?
Listen, I already beat the shit out of your champion, so shut the hell up and let me talk.
That's a lie.
Look who it is! WWE ID, Jack Cartwheel!
Jack Summit. Get it right.
Listen, in 2016, the same company that ID'd you held a classic tournament with 32 of the greatest cruiserweights in the world. Was I in it? Hell yeah, I was in it. In fact, I killed it. I made it all the way to the second round, and guess what happened? July 24th, 11:24 p.m., my ass got signed by the World Wrestling Federation.
That's right. Say it. Old school WWF, baby. Gonna go to the Fed.
So that means WWID is not so great compared to WWE alumni, baby.
Well, alumni means you got
And
let go,
after
right?
tonight, my ass is gonna be the undisputed Demand Lucha champion. And you can stay here on the indies and cartwheel for all of these little clowns who love your little cartwheel. But guess what? They're not gonna come in this ring when I go to kick your ass.
Oh, there we go. With their robes on still, both guys. Oh, Lindsay. Ow, come on, fight back.
That's it. The rope's still on. The fists are flying. The belt is only just now come off. And Lince Dorado sent to the outside.
Lindsay trying to get his robe off. Maybe that's his problem. He's got his belt tied too tight. Can't think straight, can't breathe. All the oxygen not going to his head is why he's such a crazy asshole. But the truth is, we will have an undisputed, as Lince Dorado says, champion here tonight. A lot of syllabus for Lince Dorado. He says he's a cat, he likes to purr, but there's a lot of snake in there, this slimy little snake, and I'm hoping that Jack Cartwheel takes it to him tonight and raises both those titles above his head.
Well, he's got him up close and personal with the front row is Jack Cartwheel, pardon me. And a cartwheel on the floor into a super kick, living up to his name.
That's one. We're going to do the cartwheel counter here tonight for Veda Scott. We love you, Veda. One official cartwheel since the bell rung.
Cartwheel, of course, has got the early advantage here, it seems.
Oh, pommel horse elbow, classic Jack Cartwheel. Probably going to be seeing that in the Fed very soon. A place that Lince Dorado no longer is allowed to go. Persona non grata. You got fired. They don't like you, pal. You're a schmuck.
Well, you call him a schmuck, but during that time, Lince Dorado was able to accomplish a lot. Again, making it to the second round of the Cruiserweight Classic Tournament, defeating now world-renowned star Mustafa Ali in doing so.
Got farther than our former premier champion Tyson Dukes. Did very well. But he is a schmuck. He barely made it here tonight. Almost got kicked off of his flight for arguing with stewardess and stuff. This guy's got an attitude. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's a schmuck, and I'm hoping Jack Cartwheel takes it to him tonight. No more Lince Dorado.
Well, schmuck is an attitude that you can certainly say that Gringo Loco has. And a big scoop slam from Jack Cartwheel, putting momentum back in his favor.
Whoa, a little bit of Psycho Mike action here. Come on. Body slam, body slam.
And a standing shooting star press from Jack Cartwheel.
And right on the money too, a move that often does not work out quite the way you want. Jack Cartwheel, perfection, poetry in motion.
Jack Cartwheel, of course, what would happen if a perpetual motion machine gains sentience? He goes to the top rope.
Oh, man.
Quickly getting hung up there. Lince Dorado looks like he shoves the referee.
Yeah, I told you he was a snake, rolling into a jumping like Shote like slap. I don't want to say palm strike, it was a slap. There's too much attitude from Lindsay. Oh.
You can just see the skin ripple on the chest of Jack Cartwheel.
Wow. And I hate to say it, one hell of an athlete. A vicious athlete, Lince Dorado.
A picture perfect Hurricane Rana off of the top rope, follows it up with a couple of kicks, and now is looking to take to the skies himself.
Watch this. Absolutely gorgeous. No wasted motion with Lince Dorado, and rocket right to the face. A lot of guys throw caution to the wind when it comes to over the top rope, tope con hilo, suicide dives, things like that. Lince Dorado, precision, perfection, professional. I hate to say it. Would make me proud as Premier Champion if he wasn't such a schmuck.
Well, again, we've spoken at length already
About his schmuckness?
About
Okay.
his schmuckness, indeed. But additionally, the experience that Lince Dorado has gained from his years working in various promotions, there is something to be said that Lince Dorado seems happy to rest on the successes that he has already had, while Jack Cartwheel, of course, is looking towards the future. Is Lince Dorado perhaps looking at this match as a way to get one up on those who look to go where he has already tread?
Wow, mixing up styles here, choking him on the ropes, and then European uppercut. And there you go, classic Lucha Libre basin for him. And here's the speed, wow, and power, taking him down with a classic lariat. Lince Dorado mixing and matching all the styles. And you know, I talked about the Jorge Rivera, that Yave style that Gringo Loco has. Lince Dorado, he was there in the early Chikara days when Rivera came in, was teaching Claudio, was teaching Orange Cassidy, was teaching Quackenbush, was teaching Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson. He was there at the beginning. That's why WWE signed him. He knows what he's doing in the ring. But unfortunately, he's not the guy I want to win this match.
Well, I'd find it hard to believe that anybody would want Lince Dorado to win a match like this. I think he just spat his chewing gum into the first row.
Well, Jack Cartwheel doesn't have that kind of core training, those kind of fundamentals. He's taken his gymnastics, just like Sidney Akeem, his circus tumbling, into the ring, trying a second career. He's learning from those around him. He's on the road every day, all the time. But he doesn't have the experience that Lince Dorado has, but he has the hell of a lot more heart. And that's what's taken him to the top here at Demand Lucha. And it's why he's my vote. He's why who I want to win this championship. Because we've already explained the schmuckness.
The schmuckness. And Jack Cartwheel's absence of schmuckness has been what has gotten him this far.
Yeah, he's a wonderful human being to boot on top of it all. Oh, jeez. And what, third or fourth time now with those deep lariats? His jaw's going to be hurting tomorrow, Tempest.
Seemed to fire Jack Cartwheel up a little bit, smacking the mat in frustration after that clothesline. Now Jack Cartwheel, as you said, doesn't have the experience, but has just an unbridled athleticism. Lince Dorado stalking his prey.
Wow. See, cartwheeling. Does that negate the others? Is that like, is Jack down to 0 now? Does it like counteract? I don't know.
Just brutal. The echoes of these chops sounding throughout Parkdale Hall.
And Lince Dorado, full confidence, in full control. No panic, no wasted motion. Keeping Cartwheel right where he wants him. Oh, maybe not. Out of the way, Bronco Buster, and nobody home. But Cartwheel, he cannot capitalize.
He's trying to find the energy within himself, but he needs to string together quite a bit of offense at this juncture to get back on top. And it's starting with a pair of forearm shots and a neck breaker.
Right to the mush, Tempest. Jack Cartwheel finally getting that momentum we've been wanting him to have since the beginning. Come on, champ. Show him where it's at. Wham! Little bit of Muda action there, baby.
The round off back handspring, back elbow. And now he's got Lince Dorado up, but only for a moment.
What the?
The unbelievable agility of Jack Cartwheel. Now going for the DVD with the cartwheel into the cover.
Wow.
Only good for 2.
Discombobulating his opponent, bouncing off the ropes left, right, and center. Now Lince rolling out to get some air, but that's probably right where Jack Cartwheel wants you, buddy. You can't escape when your opponent can fly through the air with the greatest of ease, Tempest.
Well, you might as well be 10 feet away from the ring if you want to avoid the offensive Jack Cartwheel like in a magnificent Sasuke special, wiping out Lince Dorado on the outside.
Here we go, here's another look at that. Impressive stuff here from the official Premier Champion. Getting Lince in the ring. Jack Cartwheel finally getting him where he wants, feeling it. There we go, his timing. You know, these guys spend a lot of time in the air on flights, traveling. Sometimes it might take you 3-4 minutes to really get your foot and get your head clear. Jack Cartwheel finally getting that pace going and feeling it here. Gonna take home both of those Premier Championships, Tempest.
That's exactly it, Hutch. Oh, the
wow.
double knees to the midsection. The high-flying style is one that is so dependent on rhythm and timing that if your rhythm gets disrupted because of early going shenanigans in a match, it can sometimes be a little while before you can get that back in touch.
Yeah, you saw Lince right at the beginning, robe on and everything, tried to take a cheap shot. To me, that shows fear. That shows I need to get on top of this kid right away, because if I give him any advantage, he's gonna put me away. Lince knows it. He's had a lot of losses here, and this year as well. As in my opinion, he does not deserve to be in there, and he certainly does not deserve the strap. But he has slimed his way into the main event here in a shot at the title, and he knows he's got to put everything into it if he wants to go home with that title belt, including cheap shots at the beginning and trying to run your opponent ragged.
Well, the same holds true for Jack Cartwheel. He may not be one to stoop so low as to bend or break the rules like Lince Dorado is, but Jack Cartwheel wants to erase any asterisk that exists on his title reign. He has been champion over the last year and wants to keep that title reign going, but a reverse back handspring stunner from Lince Dorado.
Oh, wow.
Sickening backstabber there into the cover now.
You know,
Not a lot on that kick out from Jack Cartwheel.
No, and that was sickening. Good word there. Twisting the body and the spine of Jack Cartwheel before driving it into his knees.
Horrible angle.
And you know, I didn't really think about it, what you were saying before. He doesn't generally use any kind of dirty techniques. Jack Cartwheel still has stars in his eyes, still a real nice guy. He hasn't spent 10 years, 15 years in wrestling getting screwed over, having half your dreams crushed, and having to chase the other ones right off the precipice to your own doom. Lince Dorado's been to the big game and back. He's jaded. He's been there, but he already has a house. He already has all that stuff. Jack Cartwheel's still moving up the mountain, and he has to stay positive because the wrestling world will eat you alive, kid. But the man Lucha, the championship, just one of the accolades I'm sure that this kid is going to have before it's all said and done.
But you can't say that he hasn't deserved it as well. Again, holding that championship for the last year. He wants to continue holding that title. Again, he's got the WWE ID program behind him. He's only got big things in his future. And Lince Dorado only has a pair of boots right in the mush in his past. Can Jack Cartwheel now?
Come on, kid, capitalize. There we go.
Capitalize on this. Big clothesline in the corner. Lince Dorado perched on the top rope. Jack Cartwheel now returning the favor of some of those chops we saw earlier.
We just saw the speed at which he ran across the ring. He's got youth, he's got energy, he's got exuberance. He doesn't need to keep this pace slow like Lince was trying to do at the beginning. This is what Lince was afraid of. This kid will put him away. He's got the energy, he's got the fire, he's got it all going on, and now he's got the WWE backing him up saying, you got it, kid, we believe in you, and that's the kind of thing that can put you to the top.
Certainly does a number for your confidence. the kind of confidence that you need to have to try a maneuver like this.
Well, that's what it's all about in wrestling. The fans cheering your name, giving you that momentum, that confidence. If you don't think you can be number one while you're in this game, and Lince Dorado already at the top of the mountain and delivering the shooting star press like nobody else can. Oh, man.
Lince Dorado very well could have been your official Demand Lucha Premier Champion, but pulling the shoulder up of Jack Cartwheel off of that picture-perfect shooting star press. That is his patent, his maneuver. I don't know what more Lince Dorado could be looking to achieve in this match. He had it won. He had him hit with his move.
I told you, he's arrogant. He's a schmuck. Oh.
And a slap to the face of Jack Cartwheel. There's just no need for this.
Gonna fire the kid up, maybe make him make a mistake. I don't know what he could be thinking here. Certainly no logic behind it. But when it comes to passion, when you're sweating all over your opponent, getting smashed in the face, perhaps logic is not always the first thing that comes to mind. Perhaps you want to pick up a belt, and smash your opponent in the face with it. Oh, showing the strength.
Oh no! Jack Cartwheel, as his name suggests, Cartwheel's out of the way.
Oh, there we go.
Dorado taking it a step further, having wiped out the referee, taking the title to him. We need another set of stripes out here. We need it quick.
Oh, Lince determined to hit somebody with this goddamn belt. I don't care if it's the ref. Somebody's going down. Poor Ken Kensington. That's the second time he's taken a beating here. Lince trying to get up, but no! And wow, even more impressive, even more height than Dorado, showing why he's the champ, and nobody's there!
Well, they've gone tit for tat. Two of the best shooting star presses that you will see here, there, or anywhere.
And there
both
our
would have gotten
cameraman.
the job done, but there's no referee to count the pin.
You saw the disappointment on the face of Jack Cartwheel, saying, come on. Lince now crawling towards that belt.
A referee knocked out cold as a result of that shot from the title from Lince Dorado.
Those kids, look, the kids were like, look behind you, and he saw it. That never happens. Wrestlers always seem to ignore the fans.
It pays to have a few extra sets of eyes in the front row at Demand Lucha. Tug of war.
Boom, oh wow, did he catch the belt too?
I think he did.
Second time.
The thrust kick.
Oh yeah, baby, Jack Cartwheel gonna go home for the second Christmas in a row with the Demand Lucha Premier Championship TEMPEST.
Lince Dorado staggered.
Merry Christmas. Oh, what? Mask. Dude,
He unmasked himself.
That's an automatic disqualification at Demand Lucha. He's pulling an Eddie Guerrero here. Kensington, come on, Kensington, be smart enough to figure it out. Listen to what Jack's saying. He's saying, yeah, the fans screaming, telling him he threw it to him.
A lot of fans might not know that under traditional Lucha Libre rules, an
Kensington.
unmasking would force a disqualification. And so we've just seen Jack Cartwheel. This can't happen. This can't be the way.
Listen to the kids in the front row, Kensington, come on.
As a result of ripping off the mask of Lince Dorado, the winner of the contest is Mr. Puss in Boots, Mr. Lucha Lit, the Golden Links, and the now undisputed,
No!
unified Demand Lucha Premier.
Look at him! I told you what a schmuck doing freaking angels! I told you he was a schmuck! And on a disqualification? Come on, give me a break! How? How?
Somehow, the year-long reign of Jack Cartwheel has come to an end like that.
Well, I mean, he was already like, you can't not be champion on a like DQ. I guess with a unification, like somehow that makes sense. Like Dude, my brain hurts. I can't take this. Freddie Mercurio was forced to retire. Lince Dorado wins the title on a disqualification. Man, Merry freaking Christmas. Bloody hell.
Well, it may not have been a very merry Lucha Christmas show for Jack Cartwheel, but Lince Dorado now gets to go home with another belt around his waist. Perhaps the most undeserving champion in wrestling history.
Yeah, it's certainly...
Lince Dorado walks away as the Demand Lucha Premier Champion. A dark day in the history of our promotion and a horrible way to close out 2024.
Certainly the most undeserving champ we've ever had, that's for sure. Bloody hell. I can't believe it. Now for Tempest from Wrestle Talk TV, this is Hutch Henry's. I don't want to get the camera off this guy. We'll see you in 2025. What a shit Christmas present this is. See you next time, folks.